Hey, it's Jim from Roughing It in Retirement. Today we're going to look at the Ooni 3 pizza oven. So the Ooni 3 pizza oven is shown here. The one thing I like about this, it is very small and portable. They come in larger sizes, and I think actually the company now call them Ooni with a O, so it's O-O-N-I, and they've made a few changes, but the actual use should be the same. The purpose of this video is to show you what I have learned over the past probably 18 months using this. People have said, and it is true, it takes a little bit of a learning curve to make good pizza, and I'll admit my first few times I used it I had a 50% success rate. It is true you got to get this very hot, get it up to 900 degrees, and I'll show you the process. If you can hear the wind in the background, it does get kind of windy here, and where I have it right now, it probably won't be very good to use with the wind, so be mindful if you have the pellet version. The newer versions can come in charcoal and gas and may not be so susceptible to the wind, but for the pellet version it is. So I actually will put this into the sunken part of the patio where it's partially protected from the wind. So the Ooni 3 I've had for probably about 18 months, and I've probably made about 50 or 60 pizzas on it so far, and the first probably 20 or 30 my success rate was 50%. I did either burn it, or when I try to scrape it, they would actually just bunch up and become one big mess. Since then I've done a few tricks that I've learned, and I want to pass that on. And I find that these tricks have helped, that I get pretty much almost 100% success rate now. And so I just usually like to use hickory. You can get this at any of the home improvement stores. But inside here, on cover, there isn't too many parts. You have this, here is the pizza board. It's still pretty messy from the last time I used it, so we'll go ahead and clean it up. So one of the things I learned is always you need to really clean this and make sure the surface is pretty smooth. So I just use a regular scraper. Push pretty hard. Again, you're not trying to clean everything off. All you're trying to do is to make it pretty smooth. And then I come back and just wipe it down. And being in the sun, it'll dry off pretty quick. And so that was one of the key things, because one of the things I find out is the dough will stick a lot of times, so I find making it smooth each time is helpful. Okay, one of the important tools that I use is a laser temperature gun, and it will tell me if the oven's hot enough. Usually on the pizza stone, I check to see if it's about 650 degrees, and then I go in to make the first pizza. I find making the pizza literally 2 minutes before I put it in is the best. It doesn't have time for any liquid to absorb onto the pizza dough, or if the pizza dough is a little cold, it doesn't condense any liquid on it. And I've done that before where there seems to be a little too much liquid on the pizza sauce and it will stick, and then that one doesn't turn out to be so great. This is the loaf lighter that we'll use to light the fire in the pellet box. Okay, we're going to go ahead and light using the loop lighter here. We'll go ahead and light the pellets. Usually takes about 30 seconds to start smoking. Alright, looks like we got a little smoke. It'll probably take another 30 seconds before flames really start up. Okay, got some flames. We'll just make sure they're well spread. Okay, let that burn for a second. Keep burning. I'll move it over. And the top of the lid for the pellet actually has a little hook that you use to lift the pellet tray. Put that in. Like I got a leaf in there somehow. Okay, go ahead and just let that start burning, and just the natural draft will allow it to come out of the top. There, you got smoke coming out. Let it keep going, and then to slowly add pellets. It'll take about 15 minutes to really start heating up. Okay, check it here. So once it starts smoking a little good, I go ahead and then fill the hopper fully up. You're going to want to check that hopper quite often once you start cooking. What normally happens is it'll take about 3/4 of that hopper to get up to temperature. So if you don't have a temperature going, you may want to wait till that hopper gets down a little low, and you should be good to go ahead and start. Okay, so this should give us about 10 minutes, and we'll just kind of wait. Okay, it's been about 6-7 minutes. Let's see how much pellets. Like I said, usually if it goes down to about quarter filled, it should be getting close. So I'll like to fill it up first before I check the temperature. So we'll put some more in. Okay, I'll check the temperature. If the temperature is reading about 600, 650, by the time I make the first pizza, it's going to be good to go. So let's see what we got here. Temperature 768, 779, so I think we're good to go. So let's go ahead and make the first pizza. Okay, one of the things I've learned is to kind of pat both sides with flour, and then go ahead and stretch out the flour pretty good. And once it gets to a nice size, Go ahead and put everything on. Before we do that, just sprinkle a little cornmeal to help make it slide a little better. We'll add the pizza sauce. And add some cheese. And move it over. So a critical thing to check is make sure it slides. Okay, now we'll go outside and put it in. Okay, you got to make sure you can slide the pizza. Open it up, slide it in there. What I do is I count to 24 seconds. And while I'm doing that, I'm refilling the pellet in the hopper. Okay, it's been 24 seconds. Take it, rotate it, just watch your fingers and put it back in. Wait another 24 seconds. Okay, 24 seconds. There you go. That looks pretty good. Okay, so once the pizza is out, what I like to do is scrape the bottom. Again, just try to keep it smooth. Don't push it all the way to the back because there's a piece that you don't want to move. Well, when you're back inside, make sure the pizza sheet is clean.